This is the Rapture bag. What I'm going to do with this video, the intent of this video is to show you the features and the advantages to you of those features, as well as how to use the bag. It's a little different system than probably what you're used to, unless you're familiar with the fall and winter system. So when the bag comes to you, it's going to be all closed up. We've got a zipper closure here. Inside the bag will be the de-icing cloth and the moisture handling pad. These get pulled out. Now this is an older design. I've actually, now the shape of the pad itself is going to be the same for this particular bag. However, the de-icing cloth is different. Let me show you one that is the new design. Here you go. As you can see, the foam is open in the middle, and you've got pockets on either end in which the pad is inserted. This pad goes underneath your bag. The foam is open on the top, in the middle there, because it's tactile, and it will actually help you hold the bag, or keep the bag on the pad. Now this pad is actually made for the basic bags, so it's not shaped for the Rapture bag. But no problem, it's the principle's all the same. So the features on this particular bag, and this one has all the options. The camo fabric is a prototype that we're currently testing. We're hoping to offer that soon. We're working with the company on getting licensing and agreements done on that. You've got on the side here your main zipper, which is a 30-inch zipper. This facilitates or eases your getting in and out of the bag more than having just no zipper at all. It doesn't go the full length of the bag because the bag is made in such a way that it's a little awkward to put that zipper all the way down. Now one of it comes with a zipper baffle. This helps prevent the wind from blowing through your zipper, which doesn't seal, and most zippers don't. But this stops the wind dead cold. The other feature we've got is we run some ribbon along the zipper here to help prevent catching the fabric in the zipper. This is a new feature that we just started doing. What you see along here are grommets on both sides of the zipper. If your zipper should fail, in the unlikely event that your zipper should fail, what you can do is you can lace this up. So you've got your lace here, and you take and you just lace this bag up so you don't have the big hole in your bag. That will seal the bag up as well as the zipper, and then you just get in and out of the top. It's a little convenient, but it's a lot less inconvenient than having a gale of cold air blowing through your bag as you're trying to sleep at night. This one is the 4-season bag. There's 2 zippers here that hold the liner in place. Now some of the older bags actually have 3 zippers, but I found that's really not necessary. As you can see, I've been using this bag. There's grass in there. Okay? So this liner comes out. And what you have here now is you invert this. Connect your zipper down here, which is the same zipper that holds it inside the main bag. And now you have a lightweight bag that you can use for the warmer weather, summer, and whatnot. It's very lightweight, very compressible, very compactable. You combine the 2 of these bags, of course, for the winter. We'll set that aside. And the outer bag can then be used for the cooler weather, fall and spring, when you don't need a complete bag. That makes this backpackable as well. You can put it into a stuff sack. Another nice feature on this bag is what's called the draft curtain. This, if you're inside the bag with your head outside laying on this portion right here, when your bag is closed up, you can throw that over your head, and that produces a nice little seal that helps keep your hot air inside your bag and around your body to keep you warm. If it continues to get colder, let's just zip this up. Okay. You still have this open. You can tuck your head under here, so your body's in here like this. And you just throw this over the opening. Okay, that works very well in sealing it up also. Now, if it's warm enough that you don't need to cover your head, this goes around your neck, drapes over your shoulders, and produces an air dam, which keeps all that nice warm air inside your bag. And last but not least, your coldest configuration, you'll actually tuck that inside the bag, and you'll zip this closed with your body entirely in the bag. Now, you might say, but John, how do you breathe in there? Believe me, it's very breathable. In fact, if you'd like to, I'll demonstrate it for you. I'll do all the positions that we talked about. So you can get a physical view of what's actually going on. Okay. So, I've got the bag zipped up here. The draft curtain then, you can tuck that underneath your shoulders. And then if you notice, when I move, you get that puffing, but you don't get an exchange of air. So your hot air stays inside the bag with you. Now when it's colder, and I've done this during my stays outside, I just take this, I throw it over my head like that. And that produces a nice vapor, not a vapor barrier, but an air dam. And my breath can warm up the air inside, and it stays in position very nicely, although it wouldn't do so in the windy weather. Okay, so we've got that position. Now let's say it's getting colder. So I just tuck my head inside here like this, throw this over the top. Okay? Still have a lot of a good breathability. It blocks all the cold air from coming in and the warm air from going out. And I've used this as well, and it works very well. And the last configuration, when it's the coldest, just tuck this draft curtain down inside. You can drape it over your neck if you want to. Then close the bag up like this. And there we go. Now I have no problem breathing inside this bag whatsoever. Normally I sleep on my side, so I'm going to turn on my side. That keeps this headpiece off of my face. And I can fit a small pillow in here as well to add additional support for my head and my neck. And that draft curtain, I can just put it around my neck, just like I did when I had the bag open and my head out. And in this configuration, this is really the warmest configuration. And it works very well in the cold. I'll be posting numbers, because I'm doing this experiment 5 months being outside. Oh, gotta tell you, another nice feature is the zipper pull on this closure zipper right here. It'll glow in the dark all night long. So I'm currently changing to a slightly bigger one. And what you do is you just flip that outside your bag during the day. And then at night when you close it up, you can easily see where the zipper head is located and be able to open the bag quickly. Okay. So we covered those features. One other feature, or actually two other features I want to talk to you about are there's a little vent zipper here. If you have the bag all the way closed up and you're not necessarily wanting to expose yourself to much more of the cold, you can open up this zipper from the inside, and it's right here, tucked in this little pocket. I'm going to stick my finger down there because the pull's on the inside. There we go. You can open this up and get air coming through here. Now, a serendipitous feature of this particular, or benefit of this particular feature, is that if you have the room to hang this bag, this is where you'll stick your hanger. So the head of the hanger will come through here, you'll hook it on the rod, and your bag will be hung up. So, which is really nice. Then the other thing I've got in here too, a couple of pockets, one on either side for personal items. I stick my glasses in there, even though they get fogged up, at least I know where they are. I've lost glasses when I've set them outside my bag on various winter camps, and the animals have probably found them and corrected their own vision. But anyway, those are the features. Oh, I got to show you two more. Sorry. And then I'll show you actually how to use the moisture handling pad and de-icing cloth, because this is a critical piece in the cold weather. This is what I call the foot tent. And what it does is it relieves pressure off of your feet. There's nothing worse for me and for many other people that I've talked to, having that pressure on your feet. If you ever stayed at a hotel, you know how tight those sheets can be. Well, I'll just kick those out. And so I've got room for my feet to move around because I don't like the pressure on my feet. These, you can put your feet up and move them around inside, absolutely no pressure at all. And then every bag comes with a set of roll-up straps. Nice feature on these is they're made so that when you're pulling on the bag, there's no pressure on the seam. Or pulling on the straps to tighten up the bag, there's no pressure on the seam. So that you're not pulling these out of the bag unless you're abusing the system. It's not foolproof, but it is a much better system than just simply folding these webbings and sticking it in there and sewing it in. Because then you get that pressure that pulls, that force that pulls on it and rips the seam out. And those straps become useless to you at that point. Okay, now the de-icing cloth and moisture handling pad. Not a necessary feature in above freezing weather. This is the way you manage the moisture underneath you. The moisture on top is going to come out of the top of the bag. Okay? And the moisture underneath, however, is going to be trapped underneath you. Now, if you were to lay this directly on a frozen surface, what would happen is the moisture that's coming out of your body will go through the bag and freeze in this fabric. And eventually it'll start building up inside the foam, which completely defeats the purpose of this system. So we have what's called the moisture handling pad and the de-icing cloth. The de-icing cloth is what goes on the frozen surface. Okay? So if you are putting this on a cot, you want to put first on the cot a vapor barrier, generally a tarp or a sheet of plastic, to prevent the moisture from getting into your cot and freezing in there, because that's going to be your frozen surface. Then you lay this on top of it, so the moisture is going to come through and stop on the de-icing cloth, and it's going to freeze inside the cloth. Every couple days or so, depending on how much you sweat, you're going to want to strip this off of the pad. Okay, crumple it up, and then shake off that the ice, the resulting ice. Then you just simply put your de-icing cloth back on to your pad and reuse it. So it's a completely reusable system. It manages the moisture underneath you so it's not building up inside your bag, which is what you do not want. You want to keep that insulation value of your bag as high as possible. So that's how we manage the moisture underneath. That goes down on top of a vapor barrier. Even if you're in the snow, lay down a tarp, put this on top of it, put your bag on top of that, and one more piece would be a bivy sack, which would go around your bag, and the inventor of the system, he would generally use a 12 by 12 piece of plastic and wrap himself up like a burrito. And you might think, okay, how do you breathe in that kind of thing? Well, there's plenty of holes. You're going to breathe just fine. The vapor that comes out is going to hit that barrier, go down, either freeze there, or it's going to roll down underneath and get into your de-icing cloth where you manage it there. Hopefully that covers everything. If there's any other questions regarding this particular system, write me, go to my website, use the contact form, or that would be the best thing to do. Thanks for your time.